Everyone on the call, on the webinar so far. Really excited to be able to launch Receipt Bank and IPA Books Plus. We've been working alongside Receipt Bank for many years, particularly at the IPA conferences. They're a great supporter of IPA, as is IPA Books Plus. And to be honest, this hasn't come fast enough. I would have loved the integration to have been available when we launched IPA Books Plus. So very excited to be able to talk you through the integration of two fantastic products as well. It's really going to deliver you a fantastic tech stack that's going to allow you to do more with your data. So just over the next, probably this webinar will take about, give or take 30 minutes. Just got a bit of housekeeping before we get started. The webinar is being recorded and everyone's microphone's going to be muted. But if you do have any questions, please enter these in the question panel and we'll answer them at the end and endeavour to get those responses through to you. But just a little look at the agenda, obviously some quick intros to the presenters. I want to really touch on some of the benefits you're going to receive from this integration. And then we're going to dive into a bit of a demo, just show you the integration between Books Plus and Receipt Bank and some of the fantastic features. How to get started, and as I said, a bit of a Q&A at the end. So just a couple of points on the presenters. My name's Will Gilbert. So I've been working in the fintech space all of my career, really enabling businesses of all size to experience the efficiencies you can get through technology. So I'm really passionate about the benefits you're going to be able to experience. And it's one of the reasons I've really been driving this integration into Books Plus. On the other side of the slide there, you'll see Corey Anderson. He's been in public practice for over 10 years, and he's also been working very closely with IPA for many years, and he's our training specialist. So Corey is going to be diving into the integration for you, which I'm really looking forward to. So I guess I'll start with a question: why Receipt Bank and IPA Books Plus? Why have we gone down this path? Well, Receipt Bank reads and extracts your data from your receipts, invoices, and other financial paperwork really quickly. So ultimately, it's going to save you time. You can take a photo of your receipt with an app or forward items to your Receipt Bank email address, and then obviously all those manual tasks that you were doing can be automated. You're going to save time and costs, offering greater value to client services, increasing your productivity and maximising return on investment. Obviously, with more accurate data, it's really going to be a no-brainer in terms of that technology being a problem solver. Next, it's going to create efficient workflows. You can get the people in your practice doing what they do best. There's some really fantastic pieces of functionality in the software in Receipt Bank. One being supplier rules. So if you do have a fuel receipt, you can set that up, and every time that you use that receipt, it's going to be set and forget scenario. You've got auto publish, and one of my favourite pieces of functionality is invoice fetch. So you have an invoice, for example, through Telstra, it'll actually go to a third party and fetch that invoice on a regular basis. So it's these set and forget principles within the functionality that's really going to allow you to free up your time. Obviously, timely recording of transactions, rather than having a big dump of your receipts every quarter or every 6 months, and it's time consuming to go through. As and when those receipts are captured, they are in your software. So finally, looking through to the next benefit, it'll allow you to share key data through to the IPA Books Plus platform as well. And again, it's all going to be digitized, ready for reconciliation. All of that manual data entry is going to be a thing of the past, and probably what you've heard about so often is it allows you to move into that trusted advisor space again. You're going to get financial insights, have higher value conversations with your clients, and start working on their business rather than in the business, and have those more strategic conversations and improve the relationship you're going to have with your clients, and ultimately grow your business. So I'm going to now pass over to Corey. He's going to talk a little bit more how it's going to help you do more with your data and jump into the integration. Corey, hand over to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Will, for that introduction. Good afternoon, good morning to everybody. So I'm going to dive in a little bit more on that integration, as Will sort of said. So that simple end-to-end process. So as Will was sort of saying, it's a very simple paperwork collection, many different ways that we can do it. We've got the fetch, the email, a scan, or even snap documents with the mobile phone. It's grabbing out that key financial information. So you're not rekeying information that's already on an invoice that you're receiving from suppliers. So things like dates and amounts and that, they're already there for you. It's also stored securely on that one dashboard. You can automatically set tax codes and categories with the smart features, as Will was talking about with those supplier rules, and we're going to see them shortly as well. So just saving on a lot of that manual admin time and improving that data quality. I know that's something from back when I was in practice. A lot of the time as accountants, we do deal with everything in the past. So you're asking a client now in October what this transaction was back in July 2019, and they sort of sometimes look at you with a bit of a funny look. So Receipt Bank enables you to sort of keep on top of those sort of things. They can add notes in that at that time of the transaction. So it is a simple integration to IPA Books Plus. So, and we're going to have a look at this in a moment. Just 3 simple things: prep, sync, publish. So setting that custom tax settings to publishing destinations. We're syncing that charter accounts from Books Plus along with supplier list, tax codes, even projects if you're using the projects module. So you can easily categorize those costs before and documents before publishing. And when you publish those bills, payments, or a supplier adjustment notes straight into Books Plus, and you can set up smart rules to publish them hands-free as well too. So that takes a lot of that out for you. So it's just automating and streamlining that as well too. So let's go into, first of all, we're going to jump into Receipt Bank and have a look at how this works. So I'm already into Receipt Bank here. So first of all, let's have a look at the connection side. So this is how we first get everything up and running. So I've got my integration here. I've already got a book connected up. It's just a matter of clicking on this to set it up, and we can choose Books Plus from in here. And then when I've clicked on Books Plus, what it does is it logs you into your Books Plus portal, and you then choose which book you want to connect this Receipt Bank up to. Then it's going to suck in all those suppliers, the chart of accounts, and that and so forth from your Books Plus book. There are things like a default publish to destination for costs. So you've got bills, bill payments, and bill credits. Now, bill credits in here is the terminology that Receipt Bank use for supplier adjustment notes in Books Plus. There's a prompt for warning if you're creating a new supplier. It's personal choice within there. The tax list coming out of Books Plus. So this is your tax codes and a default tax for your costs and tax exempt codes. So it's automatically applying those when it's picking up there's GST on any of the transactions. Further down, I've got it turned off at the moment because it's just early stages of me working with Receipt Bank as well too, is automatically auto-publish all items. You can also do this on particular items, but you've got that on. I like it off at the moment, just while I'm getting a bit of a feel for that one as well. The next one is the customers. So these have all pulled through from my Books Plus. And I've also got my, if you've got any in there, it's just so I can line up if I'm using projects, particularly who it belongs to. It's not for the invoicing side, it's just more on that project sort of side. I've got my projects pulling through, and importantly, the categories as well, which is a chart of accounts. So it's going to pull those through, including the tax codes. You can turn certain ones off if you're not wanting to see your clients, you're not wanting your clients to see them, I should say. It'll also pull through the bank accounts you've got it set up in there, so you can then use that as the payment method. So when these costs are coming in, so as Will mentioned, we've got numerous ways that the costs can be brought into Receipt Bank. If I just click on the add documents, we can look at this. So we can do a straight upload from the computer. So whether it's a PDF, a JPEG, so forth, we can upload that one in there. Got the invoice fetch, which is connecting up to a number of the different suppliers within Australia, like Telstra, for example. So every time a new invoice is issued or a bill for you is issued from Telstra, it's automatically going to come into Receipt Bank through the use of the credentials in there. So using that nice little one. Another one is the send via email. So if you get an email bill with all that information on there, you've got your unique email address for Receipt Bank. You can then pop that in there, send it straight there, and it's going to extract that data for you. So as soon as you receive it, you can pass it on. And of course, the mobile phone. So taking a photo on the phone, on the Receipt Bank app, it'll then bring it up and it'll start extracting that information and going through all of that one quickly and easily. I've got some here that I've sort of started with that I've already made a few adjustments to. So I'm going to just have a look at a couple of different things there. So you can see here, I can easily just go through and I can allocate a category onto that one and I can just search, it's picking that one up. Or if I want to, I can drill into that to review that a little bit further. It's going to show me that invoice and it's pulled out that information. So whether it's a invoice or a receipt or different types, credit notes particularly that I've got in there. Picking up the supplier as well too. Now sometimes you might get different suppliers that are the same. So you might have a Bunnings and a Bunnings warehouse. The system does allow you to merge them so you're not haven't got a heap of them, and it'll automatically create them in Books Plus. I can assign that category. I can also assign a project if I want to as well, and including adding a description onto that one to come over into Books Plus. Picking up, it's pulling up the GST amounts from this as well too. I've got this as my payment method of a card. It can be bank account, different types of payment methods that can be had in there. And then I've got the choice of whether I'm publishing it to bills, payments, or bill credit. So this one's a bill, something I've got to pay at a later date. Because it is a bill, I'm not going to mark it as paid, even if it is paid, because that needs to be dealt with inside of Books Plus. So now they're all done. So a couple of other little ones I just want to touch on with these as well too. If I take this one at the top here, it's another bill that's in here. If I scroll on down, I can actually add separate lines in here as well too. So I'm breaking this between different cost categories. I can do that one on there and publish that over in that way. I'll go to the next item. The next one here is a fuel receipt that I have, so it's extracting that data out for me automatically. With this one, I have set up a supplier rules. So what the system is doing is every time it sees this name for EG Group, it's going to put it straight to my motor vehicle expenses account. I'm going to publish it to payments rather than bills. So this is a make payment in the system. I'm marking it as paid because it's I've just used my debit card, it's fuel, and I can pop it on there as well. So, and I can auto publish if I want, which means it'll just, as soon as it sees it, it's going to publish it straight to Books Plus. So it's a great way to do that in there. We had a look at this this invoice a moment ago, and the last one in here, just so we can see the difference on these, is I've now got an adjustment note as well too. So this was just for an overcharge I had for the plants on the courtyard renovation that I was doing in my office. I do get a bit carried away with my backstories, yes, but it's going to then publish that to the supplier adjustment, the credit note area within Books Plus. So if I go back onto the main screen, I can tick all of those. I can publish one by one, or I can publish all together, and they're going to go over into Books Plus. They'll move out of the inbox down into the archive area. And before, when I didn't have the category, I had one in review. While they're publishing, I'm going to jump into Books Plus, and we're going to have a look at some that I've already got over there. You can see on the dashboard, it's telling me I've got bills unpaid and transactions to reconcile. Let's go down into the bills area to start with. So I've got my bills coming up, so I can see that I've got a number of different bills in here that have published already over from Receipt Bank. Let's have a look at this one here from Your Backyard Paradise. it's pulled out all the information, the dates, reference, that sort of thing. The reference is the receipt bank reference, and I've got the description and everything coming through. What you'll see on the right-hand side here is it's saying the transaction's been imported from receipt bank, and if I click on that logo, it's then going to open up Receipt Bank. If need be, you'll log in, but I go into Receipt Bank and it takes me through to that underlying bill, so I can actually review that. So I can look at anything my clients have put in there. It's giving me that full information that I can go through, double check that, and make any adjustments if need be. Further to that, it's just because we've attached that there, that's all held by Receipt Bank. You've still got the ability to attach a further 3 documents, which is part of the document storage on IPA Books Plus. So that's on top of the Receipt Bank ones there. If I go and have a look at a make payment on this one in here, just so we can see that differentiation in there, you can see I've got a number of those fuel ones in here. Let's click on the first one there, just to have a look at that. It's just coming through quickly and easily. And then I can look at that invoice within here as well. So I've got that same logo, it's gone straight to fuel. Then when I'm doing my bank feeds and that sort of thing, all these make payments are going to come up as all suggested matches, and then my bills I just match off as I normally do. I'll click on adjustment notes, see if that other one's published over. Not yet, it's just taking a moment to publish those. So it's getting that in there. But that's how it is, simple and easy to get that connected up, get that information between one and the other, and no more sort of manual data entry within there. So if you do want to know more about how Receipt Bank, or the Receipt Bank side, you can try it for free. They've got a demo in there. If you want to know more about the pricing side and all of that, get in touch with the team at Receipt Bank to book a demo, talk about that, how it's going to suit you guys. The phone number's there on the screen, or you can email them at that partners@receiptbank.com. So we've got a nice little integration there. So if there are any queries around that Receipt Bank side, get in touch with them within there. I'll hand back to Will now for the next little part there.
Fantastic, thanks Corey. I just love that. I think that's demonstrated to everyone how seamless the integration is. I love how I have the little Receipt Bank icon there, and it seamlessly opens a Receipt Bank for you to then work through all your documents. Fantastic, that was awesome. So I just wanted to just close off by, there may be some members out there that are not on IPA Books Plus and obviously utilise Receipt Bank. If you're not an IPA Books Plus Cloud Advisor, we'd love you to get on board and become a Cloud Advisor. There is a complimentary subscription and a number of other benefits available to you. Also wanted to remind everyone on the webinar of a fantastic offer we have for IPA PPC holders, and that is not only your complimentary subscription, you get 5 free subscriptions for your clients as well. So you're going away with 6 subscriptions to really move everyone into the cloud off the shoebox or spreadsheet scenario, and you've got the added benefit of an integration with Receipt Bank, which is even better news. So just in terms of getting in touch, we can, please hit the IPABooksPlus.com webpage, allow you to become a Cloud Advisor. If you already are and you want to get on board with those 5 subscriptions, and you're a PPC holder, myself and the team, obviously Corey in particular, would love to get in touch and then help support you and on board. Member inquiries at IPABooksPlus.com is also a fantastic resource, and you obviously have a team member get in touch with you. So at this point, the webinar, I think we're going to be just wrapping up. And if you do have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. If you want to pop any of those down in the chat bar, please go ahead. We've finished a little short of schedule, as suspected. But yeah, as I said, thank you again, Corey. That was a fantastic demo, and yeah, really looking forward to some inquiries from you all.
No, thank you for that, Will. I can see a couple of people I know have their hands up. So if you do have any questions, just pop them either in the questions box or the chat there, and we'll see what we can answer for you as well. Just understanding some of these might be better off with the Receipt Bank team as well. So just a reminder, if you do want to know more about the actual Receipt Bank side of that, get in touch with the Receipt Bank team to book a demo with them. Otherwise, get in touch with myself or Will as that member inquiries at ipabooksplus.com within there as well. So, the questions just come through around the subscription for Receipt Bank. That's a question that with the pricing there with their that's one that you'll need to have a chat with the Receipt Bank team about. Both Will and I are with IPA Books Plus. We're not across the pricing sort of side with Receipt Bank there, unfortunately, James, sorry. So that's something you'll need to get in touch with them about. Not a drama at all. So yeah, if you have some questions there, just fire them through. I know Receipt Bank's been around for a little while with that with IPA, so it is great to finally have that integration to Books Plus. And yeah, thank you for the comments around that as well too. So no, I think it's been good. I've been playing with it myself, and it's yeah, just been a dream to be using as well. So it's a nice integration, and I know the headaches of receipts and trawling through them, as I sort of said from you guys as accountants. So
yeah, well said, Corey. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Excellent. Good to know that we've solved a bit of the mystery of Receipt Bank for you there, Marcus, as well too. So no, it's it's to help that side. It just gives you something in your armory that you know you might not need it now with your clients, but something you know that if it's there, you've got it there, and other options as well. And yeah, definitely is that missing link as well too that we've waited for a little while on. But we'll hang around on the line here for a moment. Just if any questions come through, just we'll be there. Otherwise, yeah, do thank you for attending. This has been recorded, so we will get this over to the team at the IPA to get that uploaded onto their YouTube channel as well too. So if you want to revisit anything at any point in time, you're welcome to as well. And of course, just a reminder, you can get in touch with us as well if you want to sign up for Books Plus in any shape or form too. But yeah. Can you just do a categories? Can you just clarify that, James? So just if you're wanting more categories on the one expense, is that what you're after with that one? Sorry, James. So the Receipt Bank does allow for multiple categories on one receipt to add that in there. So so you can have different things if you've got a receipt that's well, the example I had some breakfast and dinners and coffees as opposed to some yeah. So the capacity is further categorized. So yeah, no, it is good with those the projects and all those sort of things. So yeah, it is great to have that in there. No, I find the projects quite good because it does go into Books Plus. It's quite a powerful little one, even just for categorizing different things. I know people are using projects for rental properties. I know one of the one of our beta testers on this is using it for a number of properties in there, and it worked out quite well for her to use the projects to be able to have that in Receipt Bank rather than trying to go through and trawl through everything afterwards. So it was just a dream for her as well. So no, excellent. All right, we'll just give it another moment or two, just see if anything else comes through, but want to thank everyone for attending today. We won't sort of hang around and sort of sit in silence as well too. We'll sort of, but of course, if any other questions come up, you know where to find us. They're on here, but what we might do is we might, what do you think, Will? We'll give it a wrap up there and yeah.
Yeah, if no more questions have come through to you, absolutely. And echo Corey's comments. Thank you very much all for joining. Really exciting launch. And yeah, if you have any queries, please member inquiries at IPABooksPlus.com, or if you'd like to become an IPA Cloud Advisor and get on board with IPA Books Plus, you can do that as well. And as you can see there, if you've got any more questions for Receipt Bank, please book a demo 1-800-107-541 or send through a query to partners@receiptbank.com. Thank you very much for attending. Great to hear you.
Thank you. Goodbye.